question is, tights with sandals? I was asked that question, so let's figure it out. Hi everyone, Sharon here, Ageless Restyling. Thank you so very much for joining me today, in the evening, whatever time you're watching this. This is going to be a really quick video, I think. We'll see. I was asked a question. As a matter of fact, I was sent a picture by a friend of mine, and she said, what do you think of... Hold on a second. Let me pull it up. I had it up and then it disappeared. 1 minute. Gosh, where'd you go? I had it up and then it just went away. Okay. She said, I'm seeing a lot of people wearing tights with open-toe shoes. I know this is big over in Europe, but what are your thoughts on this? And can you do a video with open-toe shoes? I tried it, but I'm not comfortable with it. And I'm going to put here so you could see the picture that she sent me. And I could understand why she's not comfortable with it. And my response to her was I've seen it, but it's not a trend that I personally participate in. I have seen it done very well, and I've seen it done not so well. But I generally don't like to do videos talking about things that people are wearing, because I think style is personal, and your personal style may not be necessarily be my personal style, and my personal style may not necessarily be your personal style. So this is not attacking anybody's personal style. Let me say that. I am going to discuss this trend that is apparently happening in Europe as it relates to me. And if it's a trend that I would ever participate in, and if I did, how I might do it. So let's talk about it. So I showed you the picture of what my friend sent to me. And I said to her, essentially, me personally, Sharon Chandler personally would not wear that. The idea of the black tights and the red shoe was very, very, very jarring to me. And when I examined it, there was two factors that I didn't like. One, you have on opaque tights, and then I think the shoes was kind of like a patent leather shoes. No, it wasn't patent leather, but there was a lot going on with the shoes. There was just so much going on with the shoes. And I just thought that the opaque tights with that style shoes just would not work for me, for Sharon. I mean, if you want to wear it, if you like it, I love it, okay? if that's your style and you want to rock it, listen, have fun with it. Because there are times when there's certain styles that I personally did not like, but when a woman steps out with confidence, feeling good, and she's walking with confidence, and it's like, I don't care what anybody said, but I like this, I know I look good. Listen, you can appreciate that confidence irregardless if you don't agree with the way how she styled her outfit. The confidence alone just wins me over time and time again. So I thought, if you were to participate in that trend, Sharon, how would you wear it? I think for me personally, the key factor would be the shoes, the heaviness of the shoes. Let's do some example. So first of all, I would never ever, well, let me not say never ever ever ever, because in fashion we really shouldn't say that. Because I have heard people say that they wouldn't do certain things, and then when the trend kind of changed, look, by golly, if they're not wearing it after they swore up and down that they would never. So to say you would never ever ever do something in fashion, I think we should kind of not say something like that. Say, at this time, I don't think I would. But if I wanted to participate in the tights, opaque tights plus open toe sandals trend, for me, it would have to be the same color. Like if it's a black opaque tights, it would have to be a black sandal. If it's a red opaque tight, it'll have to be a red sandals, and so forth. There would have to be continuity in the color. Now, and not only the color for me, but the type of shoes. I think for this trend, for me personally, you need a heavier shoes. Now let's do some examples. So I started pulling out some shoes, y'all, because I was trying to figure out, well, Sharon, if you were to do it, what kind of shoes would you wear it with? So I pulled this one out first. This is a Madden Girl shoes that I've had for and look, y'all, it's never been worn. And I'm like, you know what? I wonder how this trend will look with a pair of shoes like this. As you can see, the shoes is heavy. It's not a delicate sandals at all. And I think that's what will make it work, because opaque tights in of itself is kind of heavy. So you need a shoes that's kind of heavy to pull it off versus a delicate sandal. Don't want to kill myself. Now look at this. I actually like this. This I would wear. Put the other one on. I'm not hooking it all the way. I'm not doing it off. You know what? I actually like this, because I think the shoes balances the opaque tights. Look at that. I think this works. Excuse me, y'all. You know I struggle with my runny nose, allergies, and this cold weather. I think this works. I would actually wear this. If it was freezing and I desperately wanted to wear these shoes, I would wear this with opaque tie. It would not necessarily be my first choice, but I could wear this. So this is an option, I think, if I decided I want to go down that path of wearing opaque tights with open toe shoes. It would have to be a heavy shoes, because the tights in of itself is heavy, and a very delicate shoes I don't think would work. Not only the shoes, but also I think the type of shoes, you know, the kind of leather. So let's try another one. So this was one that I actually thought looked good. Now, here's this shoe. It's just a little bit more delicate. Just a little bit more delicate. Because it's like a satin strap, and it's not as heavy, but I think this one might, well, I thought wrong. Okay, let me put this one on and show you guys. I thought this one would work, that I might like it, but me personally, I don't. I can't hook it. I can't. Listen, this for me don't work. Yeah, this I would not do. I don't like it at all. And I can't even, yeah, I don't like it at all. No. I think the tights is too heavy for the delicateness of the sandals. So this would be a no-go for me. Another one that I think, for me personally, this is Sharon speaking personally, that would be a no-go, would be this. Even though it's heavy because of the pattern, I don't think I would like it. So let's see. Let me see. Yeah. Would it work? Yes. Because the shoes is heavy. Yes, it can work. This actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it did. It looks a whole lot better than the previous shoe. Because, and I think the difference is, when the shoes is heavy, it can carry the heaviness of the of your tights. This isn't bad, but it would not be my preference because of the patent leather. I actually I would prefer a suede open toe pump, or like the first one that I tried on. So now let's see what my thoughts are with the black and red. As I said before, if I'm going to wear tights with sandals, I prefer for them to be of the same color, red with red, burgundy with burgundy, green, well, green's a little bit out there. But I pulled out 2 red shoes just to try and see how it looks. So this one is a little bit more, delicate. And it's kind of similar to the one that she sent me. However, it doesn't have all of the additional stuff that's on the shoes. It's a little bit more simple. And even though the shoes is a little bit more simple, and I think it looks a little bit better because it don't have all that stuff on there, but I still don't like it. It's too jarring for me. I don't like the black and the red. For me, it's a little too jarring. I think I would prefer this. I was hoping, I thought I had red tights, and I did. I guess I threw them out because I was looking to see if I had red tights to do a sample, because I think if the tights were red, I would prefer it, but I don't like the black on the red. Not with this shoe. Now, would I like it better if the shoe was a little heavier, like my red platform shoes? Let us see. I actually like this one a little bit better because the shoes is heavier. But I would not wear the black tights with the red shoes. It's just not my style. It's not something I would do. However, I think it looks better with like a platform shoe, with a platform sandal, with a heavier sandal versus a more delicate sandals. Yeah. For me personally, I just don't like stockings. Not only tights. I don't like stockings with sandals. I think if you're going to wear sandals, you shouldn't have on any stockings. Now, I have seen people style up socks, the cute little pretty frilly socks with sandals. Beth Jones does that. And when I tell you she does it to perfection, when I see her do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. She did that so beautifully. She does it to perfection. She put the little socks on and then with her sandals, and it looks so cute. But is that something that I can execute? Is that something I can wear? I don't think so, because I wouldn't feel comfortable in it, because it's not necessarily my style. But when I see it on other people, I'm oohing and eyeing, especially when they execute it like how Beth executes it, because I just love when she does it. I'm like, no, she did that and it looks so cute. But it's not something that I can execute. So the question is, will I be wearing tights with open toe sandals? It's not necessarily my thing. It's not something I see myself doing. It just doesn't work for me. Even if it's trending, for right now, I can say for right now, no, it's not my thing. But I'm just so curious. I decided I wanted to come on here and talk about it and just kind of show pictures of how people, you see me sliding through some pictures of how people execute it on their own. And I think it's interesting, but it's not something that I'm going to participate in. I think I could carry off. I think that will look good on me. I think I'll look silly. And because I think that in my head, I'll project that and I won't come off as confident. And people will be like, no, she don't look right in that. But let me know your thoughts about this trend. I don't think it's hit here yet. Apparently it's big in Europe. It hasn't come stateside yet. But you never know. It may end up here. Or it could be just a micro trend that doesn't necessarily catch on and then it disappears before it starts. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think about the tights and sandals trend? Like I said, with something heavy like this, I may, but it's not something that I would do. But I'm just curious to know your thoughts. I just wanted to come in here quickly since my friend asked me that question and do a video about it. I'm really curious. Let me know your thoughts. So thank you so very much for hanging out and spending this quick couple minutes with me. I don't think I've ever done a video this quickly, this short. But I was just so curious, so I wanted to pop on here and ask that question. Thank you. If you've come here and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. My supporters, I want to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about the tights and the sandals trend that's happening in Europe. If you're new to my channel, thank you so very much. Thumbs up, comment, and share. Really, really appreciate you. Even though this is a short video, I'm still going to leave with a reason to smile. And my reason for smiling this evening is Deuteronomy 3:22. And it says, do not be afraid. The Lord your God himself will fight for you. Deuteronomy 3:22 says, do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God will fight for you. Y'all, when I got up this morning, the last thing I wanted to do was go into the office. And I got up and I had a conversation. And I'm trying to determine if this is the year that I retire or not. There's a couple things that I still want to do that's kind of like stopping me, that's making me hesitate about retiring. And I have a lot of options, but I don't necessarily know which road I want to take. But this morning I did not want to go in the office. It's this time of year. If you're in accounting, you know what's happening this time of year. And I'm like, oh, do I want to go through this again? And then I read Deuteronomy 3:22. Do not be afraid of them, for the Lord your God will fight for you. I'm not necessarily afraid of anybody. But I didn't want to go into the office because I know what I was facing. But when I got up with the fear of going in, not wanting to go in because of what I think I'm going to face, I got up not trusting in God as my Savior who fights my battle. And when I read this verse and chapter, and he reminded me that why am I afraid when you are my child? No matter what is going on, no matter what is happening, Sharon, you are mine. Every time when something is going on and I have situation that may make me uncomfortable or even trying to be fearful, he reminds me who I am, to whom I belong. And there's absolutely no reason to be fearful or upset or allow things to have you in a knot. All I have to do is trust in him and put it at his feet. The decisions that I have to make, I have to take to him. I should take to him for him to help me work through it. Trust him. So let me tell y'all, when I read Deuteronomy 3:22, I got up, started getting dressed. I did my video about getting dressed, and I went into the office, and I'm like, oh yes, it's a good day. In the meantime, a couple of my co-workers, they're all stressed out, and Sharon is walking around the office. Yeah, right? You're man. One thing, and here, this is me having the nerve to say just one thing at a time. This is me, one thing at a time. You could just do one thing at a time. I went in with the load lifted off of me, joyful and happy, just going around the office doing my thing, and lifting other people up. When I saw my coworkers stressed out, I'm like, you can only do one thing at a time. Don't worry, just one thing at a time. And that's the joy that my God gave me this morning when I woke up with the last thing I want to do is going in the office. He turned it around. I recognize him talking to me. That's the key thing about you. You have to recognize when God is talking to you and telling you who he is and who he is to you and who you are to him. You have to recognize and communicate with him so that you can lift the burden off your shoulder and go in the office. Yes. Yeah, today was a good day. Today was a great day. Today was an amazing day because my God showed me who he is. Time and time again, he always shows up and remind me, because I'm human. We all know that, right? And as I'm human, I'm imperfect. And sometimes I have temporary insanity and I forget. And he gently reminds me. So, for that reason, for his reminding me that I am his, and I have no reason to worry and or be afraid of anything, I smile. And I hope that makes you smile as well. And until next time, this is Sharon saying bye-bye.